You have questions, you're not asking the questions, so you don't have answers. And without answers, you can't move on. Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Camilla, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about my journey to Islam. If you're wondering, no, I'm not a convert. This is not my convert story. This is just how I found God, and I truly do believe that spirituality is a journey. So I'm just here to talk about mine today. So let me tell you guys a little story about myself. I'm a born Muslim. I grew up watching my parents praise and worship God day and night, and they expected me to do the same. And I did for some time because that's what I had to do. And now this is not to bash my parents, because they honestly did a great job raising me, alhamdulillah for that. But growing up, my parents never told me why I should pray, why I should dress modestly, and why I should not have a boyfriend. Like, these are little things I feel like every Muslim parent just expects their kids to know right off the bat without explaining to them why not. I was told to follow without instructions, and for a while I did, until I didn't anymore, because I just came to realize that I did not know why I was expected to do these things when I did not see the value in them. Like, I was just doing everything, you guys. I literally stopped praying. I was not wearing the scarf anymore. I was not dressing modestly. I was cussing, I was swearing, I was rude, disrespectful, doing badly in school. Like, I was just out and about. This was middle school too. Like, you know, middle school is the age where you're kind of, you know, finding yourself in a way. So it's like I felt grown, and I was like, I'm not about to sit here and do things you guys want me to do when I don't even understand why I should be doing it to begin with. So I was just doing myself for a while, till one day, I don't even know what happened. I think it was about to be Ramadan. Like, we were preparing for Ramadan, and you know, during Ramadan, everybody kind of pauses from whatever lifestyle they're following and comes back, makes their way to God, because that month is the month that, like, everybody needs to take serious. I knew I was Muslim. It wasn't that I did not want to be Muslim or anything. I just didn't feel the need to follow the rules because I didn't understand why I should. And I know I'm saying that a lot, but I just did not understand why I should. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. So Ramadan was coming, and I felt like I had to prepare for it. So I started praying, like, you know, waking up for Fajr every once in a while, you know, like praying 2 prayers a day instead of 5, which was terrible, but it was a big deal for me because I went from not praying to at least doing 1 or 2. I was 12, maybe about to be 13, and I realized that I literally only knew 2 surahs in the entire Quran, 2 chapters in a Quran that has 115 chapters, 114 actually chapters. And it was embarrassing. Like, I was literally reading, I knew Surah Al-Fatiha and Surah Al-Ikhlas, and I was reading those. I mean, Surah Al-Fatiha, that's something you have to know from like an early age. So I knew those 2 surahs, and that's what I read in all my prayers. And I just woke up one day and I was like, this cannot be it. Like, this is not it. I need to learn more Quran. I need to, before Ramadan at least. And not only the prayer, but I came to realize that I did not know nothing about my religion at all. Like, I did not know nothing about Islam. Like, it was embarrassing, you guys. Like, if somebody asked me a question about my faith, I would have choked up because I knew nothing. So it was about time that I started doing my own research. I could not depend on my parents anymore. I didn't even want to ask them the question because they already expected me to know. So it's like they probably would have looked at me like, are you kidding me? Like, how old are you and you don't know why you need to pray? You don't know, you know, 2 surahs only? Like, they would have probably clowned me. So I had to go to YouTube to watch some Islamic lectures. I had to go to Google and ask some questions on Google, get answers from. And the lectures that I watched taught me so much about my religion. Slowly and surely, I fell more and more in love with it. Like, the main person I used to watch back then was Norman Ali Kane. Everything started to make sense the more and more I watched the lectures. I understood why I had to do the things that I did. I understood every rule God placed for us to follow. And it was not even just to please Him. It was more so for our protection, for my protection. The more I researched my religion, the more I fell in love with it, and the more I wanted to do better for God. At the end of that Ramadan, I knew the last 12 surahs of the Quran. I memorized all that in like a month. So can you believe my determination? And I felt like with each new chapter, each new surah that I learned and memorized, my iman, my faith was growing stronger and stronger. And it was like God was pulling me towards Him. Like, I know that sounds so cliche, but you guys, that's literally how it felt. I went from not being the one that was not practicing in my family to the one doing the extra stuff. I used to wake up early in the morning to make coffee and tea for my parents. I used to greet my parents the right way, because like before I just used to wake up, I would see them and that was it. Like, I wouldn't say hey, I wouldn't say assalamu alaikum, but now I was waking up and I was literally saying assalamu alaikum to my parents. Like, my change was noticeable. It wasn't just change within, it was also outside. Like, my whole family seen it. They can tell you guys probably more than I can, but I was a changed person. I was fulfilling my 5 daily prayers and I was doing them on time. I was waking up for Fajr even when I had school at like 4 a.m. and I would go back to sleep and wake up at 6 o'clock, and I had no problem doing that. Like, nobody else was doing the extra stuff that I was doing in my whole family. Like, I used to wake up my dad, I used to wake up my siblings. I became everybody's alarm clock. It was so serious that I was wearing my abayas to school. This was middle school, and middle school bullying is so big. Like, bullying is terrible in middle school. I got bullied. That's a story for another time. But I was wearing my abayas to school. I was wearing my scarf to school. And oh my God, like, I was a changed person. I did not care what anybody thought about me. Like, I did not care about anybody's opinions about me. I just wanted to make God happy. I know I probably sound so dramatic, but you guys, I felt so protected. Like, I was not scared of nothing. I felt like I could do it all through God. Like, I felt like He had me. I was like, He was in my corner everywhere that I went, everything that I did. Like, He was there with me. I felt so protected. It was not even funny. Like, you could have sent me to go somewhere at 2 a.m. and I probably would have done it, because that's how safe I felt. I felt like nothing could touch me. No human could hurt me. Many people, whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jew, or whatever religion that you follow, many children grow up following a religion because that's the religion that they were born into. And many parents expect their children to blindly follow that religion without properly introducing it to the kids. I'm a person who questions everything. You cannot tell me to do something and give me a reason why. I will not do it. I will not take it seriously. And if I do it, I will half-ass it, because what is the reason? Why am I doing this? So I never understood how people could just follow a religion blindly and just go along with things because that's what their parents told them to do, or that's the faith their parents introduced them to. Like, at some point you have to wake up and just question things. You have to question things. Questions are not always a bad thing. It's good to question things. God wants us to question things, because your question can simply be turned into guidance for you. I was never a person who was scared to ask questions. If I needed an answer, I asked my question, because how else are you gonna get that answer? Like, and with my religion, I questioned a lot, because this religion is not like any other. This religion is unique, and in order to follow it, you need to understand why you have to do or don't do the things that God is telling you. If you don't have an answer to those questions, you will truly never follow the religion in the way that you're supposed to, because you have questions. You're not asking the questions, so you don't have answers. And without answers, you can't move on. One question I had that used to irk me was, in the Quran, I started reading the Quran, and in it, I noticed that God referred to Himself as we a lot. And if you're a Muslim, you know that there's only one God, and we cannot associate partners with Him. So I always used to wonder, who is this we If there's only one God, why does he keep calling himself we? And I used to get so mad because I used to wonder, does anybody else have this question, or is this just me? But if I did not ask that question, you guys, I don't even want to think about where my faith would have been. I probably would have never turned back to God. I probably would have never taken this religion as seriously. I say spirituality is a journey because that's what it is. It's not something that happens overnight. It takes time. It takes time. It requires patience. And you just need to allow yourself to want to go that deep with it, you know. Everybody's spiritual journey is different. Everybody's relationship with God is different. My relationship and how I view him is much different than your relationship and how you view him. Nobody views God the same way. The type of relationship that I have with God is unique and different for me, and that's something I hold dear. Like I can honestly vouch and say that I felt God in my life. He's done things for me that I can't even begin to explain to you guys. God could have let go of me a while back. I was not the most sane person, so God could have let me go, but he didn't, because deep in my heart I always knew he was real. I always knew he was there, and I just needed to seek him. That's what you have to do. You have to seek God. Like, my relationship with him is not perfect, and it probably will never be, but I know that God is so forgiving, and he will always forgive me, and that's why I hold him so dear to me. Like, no matter what I do, I know he will always see the best in me before I do it myself. God knows us better than we know ourselves. He will answer your questions for you. He will give you that guidance, but you have to go on that search yourself. With that being said, you guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because if you're not subscribed to me, what are you doing? Like, seriously, let's talk about it. What are you doing? Why haven't you subscribed to me? Comment down below why you're not subscribed to me, because I need a reason. I need an answer as to why you are not subscribed to my channel. And if you don't have an answer, go ahead and subscribe. Join my family. Like, I'm so lit. I have so many great content coming. You're not gonna want to miss out. I wouldn't want to miss out. Like, I'm not even trying to gossip, but you guys are gonna want to see what's to come. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do all of us a favor, and subscribe to my channel. That's it. You've been watching this video for how long? In that time you could have went boop. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Bye.